The Titans were the most powerful deities in the universe, or so they thought. Before Zeus and the other Olympian gods seized control, it was the Titans who reigned supreme. But what if the Titans didn't just exist in mythology? What if these primordial beings once walked the earth and ruled over humanity? This is the mystery of the Titans. Hi everyone, it's me. And today we are exploring the enigma of the Titans. Do you believe that the Titans really existed as powerful deities or perhaps as humans with godlike qualities? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos. In Greek mythology, the Titans were a race of gigantic deities who personified the fundamental forces of nature and whose reign proceeded of the gods of Olympus. The word Titan itself means of great size and strength. According to Hesiod's Theogony, the Titans were born from the first couple of deities, Gaia, the personification of the earth, and Uranus, the personification of the sky. Together they produced three sets of divine children, the Titans, and the Only the Titans are of concern to us here. Ancient texts tell of 12 major Titans, each representing a different aspect of the cosmos. Among them were Oceanus, the Titan of the sea, Tethys, the Titan of fresh water, Atlas, the Titan of endurance, and Cronus, the leader of the Titans, and father of Zeus, the future king of the gods. Most of the Titans were married to each other. Cronus and Rhea were the parents of the 6 major gods, Zeus, Poseidon, Hades, Hera, Demeter. The Titans were not only incredibly powerful, but also deeply connected to the natural world. They lived during the time known as the Golden Age, a period of peace, harmony, and prosperity that existed before the rise of mankind. During this time, the Titans played a crucial role in maintaining the balance and order of the cosmos. However, the peaceful existence of the Titans was shattered when Cronus learned of a prophecy that foretold his own overthrow at the hands of one of his sons. In a desperate attempt to secure his power, Cronus devoured each of his children as they were born, ensuring that none could grow up and challenge him. But Rhea, the mother of the gods, managed to save Zeus, the youngest son, by substituting him with a stone wrapped in swaddling clothes. As Zeus grew up in secret, Cronus unwittingly raised his own son to become his greatest enemy. Eventually, Zeus confronted his father, tricked him into vomiting up his siblings, and led the gods against the Titans in a fierce battle known as the Titan. This epic war lasted for 10 years, shaking the foundations of the cosmos. But in the end, the Olympians emerged victorious, and the Titans were defeated. Zeus hurled his lightning bolts, shattering mountains and splitting the earth. He chained up the Titans and flung them into the great abyss, forever separating them from the realm of the living. With the Titans imprisoned in Tartarus, the deepest part of the underworld, the gods of Olympus claimed victory and established their dominion over the universe. So far, so myth, you might think, but could there be more to the story? Some scholars believe that the Titans were not merely figments of ancient imagination, but rather representations of a real people who once inhabited the earth. Proponents of this theory point to ancient texts that describe the Titans as having been giants of immense size and power. In Hesiod's Theogony, for example, the Titans are said to have been born fully grown and to have possessed great strength and wisdom. Furthermore, the Titanamachi, the epic war between the Titans and Olympians, has been interpreted as a metaphor for a real historical upheaval, possibly marking the collapse of an advanced civilization. Supporters of this view argue that the story of the Titans falling from grace and being banished to Tartarus reflects the demise of a once powerful group of people and the destruction of their way of life. Some scholars have even suggested that the Titans could have been an advanced race of humans who possessed knowledge and technology far beyond that of their time. Their defeat and imprisonment in Tartarus would then symbolize the suppression of their knowledge and the deliberate erasure of their history. This theory is supported by the fact that many ancient myths and legends speak of a time before the biblical flood, when giants roamed the earth. These giants are often described as possessing great knowledge and wisdom, as well as superhuman strength and stature. Supporters of this view argue that the story of the Titans falling from grace and being banished to Tartarus reflects the suppression of their knowledge and the deliberate erasure of their history. This theory is supported by the fact that many ancient myths and legends speak of a time before the biblical flood when giants roamed the earth. These giants are often described as possessing great knowledge and wisdom, as well as superhuman strength and stature. One example of this can be found in the Book of Enoch, an ancient Jewish text not included in the Bible. It tells of the Nephilim, a race of giants who lived in the days before the flood. The Nephilim are described as the offspring of fallen angels and human women, and they are said to have possessed great knowledge and power. It is interesting to note that the idea of titans ruling the earth appears in many different cultures around the world. In Greek mythology, they were the first great pantheon of deities who ruled during the Golden Age. But in Norse mythology, the giants or Jotuns are also described as having ruled the earth before the gods of Asgard took over. Similarly, in Slavic mythology, the Titans or Titanides are said to have been the first inhabitants of the earth, who were later replaced by the gods of the pantheon. This widespread motif suggests that the concept of a powerful race of beings, Titans ruling the earth before a divine takeover, is a common mythological archetype that reflects a shared human experience. Perhaps our ancestors actually witnessed the rise and fall of ancient civilizations, and the Titans are simply a reflection of that collective memory. But what if the Titans weren't just rulers of the earth, but actually giants who walked among humans? This intriguing possibility is hinted at in the Bible itself, which contains several references to giants. For example, in Genesis, it is said that the sons of Enoch were giants, a race of tall and fierce people who inhabited Canaan before the Israelites conquered it. Similarly, in 2 Samuel, chapter 21 verse 16, it is mentioned that there was a war between Israel and the Rephaim, another race of giants. In the book of Deuteronomy, Moses describes a time when there were giants in the land, men of great size and power. If these biblical accounts are to be believed, then the Titans could very well have been giants who lived among humans in the distant past. However, some scholars have challenged the traditional view of giants as simply mythical creatures. Instead, they propose that giants were real people who possessed exceptional physical abilities and achievements, such as extraordinary height or feats of strength. Evidence for this interpretation is often found in ancient texts and archaeological discoveries that describe individuals of unusual size. For example, the Bible itself mentions several giants, such as Goliath, the Philistine champion, whom David slew, and Og, the king of Bashan, whose bed was made of iron and was over 9 cubits long. But what if the Titans were neither human nor giant, but something else entirely? Some scholars have suggested that the Titans were actually fallen angels who came to Earth in ancient times. This intriguing theory is based on the belief that the Titans possessed supernatural powers and wisdom, and that they were ultimately banished to Tartarus for their arrogance or for teaching forbidden knowledge to humans. In this view, the Titan imagery represents a cosmic battle between good and evil, in which the Olympians, representing the forces of light, triumphed over the Titans, representing the forces of darkness. Interestingly, this interpretation is supported by certain parallels between the story of the Titans and the biblical account of the fall of the angels. Both stories involve a group of powerful beings who were once revered by humans, but who eventually fell from grace and were cast out of the presence of the divine. However, the question remains, why would ancient people invent such a tale? What purpose did it serve to create a pantheon of powerful deities and then write stories of their rise and fall? Some scholars have suggested that the Titans represent an ancient race of humans who possessed advanced knowledge and technology, while others believe that the Titans embody the wisdom and teachings of ancient traditions that were later suppressed or forgotten. Ultimately, the true nature of the Titans remains shrouded in mystery, leaving us to wonder whether they were real beings who once walked the earth or simply figments of human imagination. What do you think? Were the Titans real? Or is their story just a myth? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And speaking of mysteries, the story of the Titans is truly fascinating. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos.